Welcome to the Hawley Area Community Show. I'm Jody, your host, and I'm here with the lovely and talented Joy Becker, our local Hawley librarian from the Lake Agassiz system. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Jody.
So we're here at the library at this new, beautiful table. I just love the atmosphere in here. It's so nice.
It's very welcoming now.
Yes, you've done a nice job. So we're just here to talk about some of the things going on this summer, particularly in July. I've been noticing some things in the paper and around town, so why don't you just fill us in what's going on in July?
Okay, I'll start with the kids programs. We have a big summer reading program going on. We have some really fun things coming up. One of the first things we're going to be doing in July is a Monsters Around the World program. We're going to be learning about monster stories from around the world and then creating a monster with some recycled materials.
Oh, fun! So give us an example of what monsters are around the world.
Like Kraken. Folks think of the Loch Ness Monster. You could go so far as to think about the dragons in China and Korea.
Oh, fun! Oh, I bet kids would love that.
Yep, that should be a fun one. We've got a storyteller, Dennis Warner, coming. Cinderella stories from around the world. Did you know almost every country has a Cinderella story?
Really?
Yes. And there's even some for the boys, so don't worry.
Really?
There are some told more like from the prince's point of view.
Okay.
So we're going to be doing some reading about the Cinderella stories and then doing a reader's theater where the kids kind of act out the stories.
Oh, fun. That sounds like a good time. And what are the ages for that sort of program?
This is a children's program, so it's usually K through 6th grade, kids entering K through 6th grade.
Okay.
We've been getting a really great crowd that's been coming in, really having a good time, so I'm hoping that keep up that momentum. They learned Taekwondo a couple weeks ago. They thought that was great.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
We'll also be learning about some castles from around the world and making shields and playing a history-inspired tag game, so everyone can get involved with that.
Boys and girls probably would like that.
Yeah. We've also got some things going on for the teens. We're going to be creating some illuminated letters. Have you ever heard of the Book of Kells?
No.
It's a Latin version of the first 4 books of the Gospel, but it's mostly known for its artwork.
Really?
And it's a Celtic artwork where they take a letter and just make it come alive.
Okay, I think I know what you mean. I think actually I saw a tattoo like that.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. So we're going to be doing some things with that. We're doing some computer classes if the kids want to come in and kind of search where they came from, where their ancestors came from. We're doing some hands-on sessions of that.
And teenagers, so the high school age,
Yep.
you're talking?
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely. But we also got some things for the adults. The knitters meet every Wednesday from 6 to 8, as always.
The knitters? Okay.
Knitters
yes.
and handcrafters. There's some crocheters and quilters in there as well.
Okay.
We do our book discussions the second Wednesday of the month right now. We've been contemplating moving that to a Tuesday evening, but our July selection is Alabama Moon, which is actually a kids novel.
Really?
But it's been pretty popular with the kids and the adults, so that discussion should
and
be
that's
kind of fun.
a fiction or a non-fiction?
That's
Oh, and it's always fiction for those book clubs?
Not always. We try to do a pretty wide variety. In fact, our August book selection is a Spanish novel. It was written in a South American country. I can't recall which one exactly, but it was translated into English, so it's written quite a bit differently than most of our novels are. It's called 100 Years of Solitude.
Wow.
So it should be interesting.
That's interesting, yeah.
But I'm very excited too. Mark Peel's going to be coming back and doing a presentation for us on ghost towns of Clay County.
Whoa, when's that?
That one is on July 27th at 6. I am so
That's
excited.
on my birthday.
Oh,
that could be my birthday party. And you all can join me. Wow, that sounds really cool.
He does such interesting presentations. I'm so excited to have him back.
Wow, okay, so that's Mark Peel, you said?
Mark Peel from the Clay County Historical Society.
And he was here before, right? And people really enjoyed his presentation.
He does phenomenal presentations on a wide variety of subjects. The last time he was here, he was talking about genealogy resources in Clay County.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But I've heard him speak about the Red River and Georgetown and a number of things. He just a wealth of information.
Is he from the Fargo-Moorhead area?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I think he's actually been with the Historical Society for, just celebrated an anniversary. I think it was 30 years.
Wow. Wonderful.
Yeah, so
that'll be great. I'll remember that date.
Yeah. Very excited about that. But if folks want more information on any of these events or the event dates and times, then just double check. They can go on our website at laurel.org and check the event calendar.
Laurel.org, so LARL.org.
.org. There's also a nice feature on there. You can share the information with your friends or send yourself a reminder.
Oh, wow.
Handy.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, okay, well, let's take a little break, and then we'll talk a little bit more about just how to access books.
Okay.
Okay, we'll take a quick break. And we're back with Joy Becker from the Hawley Library. And let's talk about, this isn't a huge library, it's a smaller library. What if someone wanted to get a new book that's out, say a Jodi Picoult book or something like that? What if it's not on the shelf? How could they get that, or could they get that through the system?
Of course they could get that. Lake Agassiz Regional Library shares books with all of our locations, and we have an agreement with the Northwest Regional Library, so we share our books with them as well.
And where are they located? Is that the Thief River one?
That is, yep, Thief River, Roseau, between Lake Agassiz region and the Canadian border is where.
Okay, yeah, I know they have a beautiful library up there. I know Warroad has a beautiful library as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So we share our books from there. So if they can't find something on our shelf, be sure to ask, or even check out the online catalog, because they can look up the titles there and see where the locations are and request it right online.
So they can access through that website we talked about, the online catalog. Request. My husband does this all the time, and that's how he prefers to do it. So they just request, and then do you call and let them know when it's in? Or
we have an automated system, so if their account is set up with an email address, they'll get an email when the book is here.
Oh.
Otherwise, if it's set up with a phone number, they'll get an automated telephone call that says their items are here.
Wow, what a great system. So if someone's worried about bothering you, they shouldn't worry.
Don't worry, not at all, no. And like her new book, Sing Me Home, is still on the request list, which just means there's a lot of people waiting to read it. There's a lot of copies out there, though, so don't be afraid to ask me, especially if it's a brand new book. We have these popular items. Movies, I get asked all the time, well, do you get new releases? Yes, we do. There's just so many people wanting to see them that they ask right away and get on that request list, so they're not always sitting on our shelf. So be sure to ask me if there's something new that you'd like.
So how long typically would it take from when you request a book online to get the book? Does it just really depend?
It really depends. If it's available and on a shelf somewhere, it could take as short as a day.
Wow, okay.
Depending on which library it's at. The ones that are coming from the Northwest Regional Library, like Warroad and those locations, take a few more days. But we usually have them within 4 or 5 days. So very quickly.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else that you'd like the folks to know about getting books, or?
If you're looking for a book that maybe our library doesn't have, always ask anyway, because the Minnesota Region Library System shares their books throughout the whole state. So we can find the book at another Minnesota library and get it up here in a week or two.
Yeah, so I guess the moral of the story is resist the temptation to not bother, like we kind of do in this region, and just bother you because it's no bother,
It's
right?
not a bother at all.
And it's actually job security for you, because we not everything should be online. The personal touch is nice, and to see your friendly smile, so
it is nice. But
do ask.
But do take a look online. There's all kinds of resources on there as well. Ebooks and audiobooks, things you can access from home, consumer reports, even language learning that you can get to online.
Wonderful.
Without bothering me at all.
Yeah, no bother. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for letting me bother you today, and until next time.